Hey, welcome to TelehealthFX Talk. Today we are settling one of the biggest debates in the weight loss world right now, Berberine versus GLP-1 medications. You've probably seen Berberine all over TikTok and social media being called nature's Ozempic. But is it really? Can a plant-based supplement actually compete with prescription Semaglutide or Tirzepatide? We're going to give you the honest, research-based answer today. And whether you're exploring supplements, prescription medications, or both, the best place to start is with a real clinical team that can help you figure out what's right for you. Check out TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com. They offer Berberine, GLP-1 medications, and comprehensive clinical support all in one place.
This is one of my favorite topics because there is so much misinformation out there about Berberine right now, and I want to be really clear from the start. We're not here to trash Berberine. Berberine has legitimate, research-backed metabolic benefits, but we are here to give you an honest comparison so you can make a smart decision for your body and your goals.
Let's start with what Berberine actually is. It's a plant-derived alkaloid found in several plants, including barberry, goldenseal, and Oregon grape. It's been used in traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine for literally thousands of years. In the United States, it's classified as a dietary supplement, which means it's available over the counter without a prescription. It is not an FDA-approved medication for weight loss.
And that distinction is really important. As a supplement, Berberine is not subject to the same regulatory oversight as prescription medications. That means the quality, potency, and consistency can vary significantly from one brand to another. You don't always know exactly what you're getting or how potent it actually is.
Now, let's talk about how Berberine works, because this is where the nature's Ozempic comparison falls apart. Berberine's primary mechanism of action is activating an enzyme called AMPK, which scientists sometimes call the metabolic master switch. What Berberine does is it mildly inhibits a part of your mitochondria, which creates a little bit of cellular energy stress. Your cells respond by activating AMPK, which then enhances glucose uptake in your muscles, reduces glucose production in your liver, promotes fat burning, and inhibits new fat synthesis.
Those are real metabolic benefits, and the research shows that Berberine can genuinely improve blood sugar levels, insulin sensitivity, and cholesterol. In fact, some studies have compared its blood sugar effects to metformin, which is a widely prescribed diabetes medication. For people with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, there's actually solid evidence that Berberine can help with insulin resistance, which is one of the core drivers of that condition.
Now, here's where the confusion happens. Some research suggests that Berberine may indirectly stimulate your body's own GLP-1 production. It might trigger your intestinal cells to release a little more natural GLP-1, and that's where the nature's Ozempic nickname came from. But, and this is critical, Berberine does not directly activate GLP-1 receptors the way Semaglutide does. The indirect effect is significantly, dramatically less potent than a prescription GLP-1 medication.
Let me put some numbers on this, because I think the numbers tell the real story. In clinical trials, Semaglutide has produced weight loss of 15 to 20% of body weight. For a 200-pound person, that's 30 to 40 pounds. Berberine in clinical studies typically produces weight loss of about 2 to 5 pounds over several months. Those are not comparable results. It's not even close in terms of weight loss.
Not even close. And there's another huge difference. GLP-1 medications profoundly suppress your appetite and dramatically reduce food noise, that constant mental chatter about food. Berberine doesn't do that. It doesn't significantly suppress appetite, and it doesn't quiet food noise. So if your primary goal is significant weight loss, Berberine alone is not going to get you there.
But here's where I want to push back a little, because I don't want people walking away thinking Berberine is worthless. It's not. For metabolic health support, blood sugar management, insulin sensitivity, cholesterol improvement, and especially for PCOS, Berberine has legitimate evidence behind it. And for people who are looking for a supplement to support their overall metabolic health alongside other interventions, it can be a valuable part of the picture.
Great point. And there's also a newer form that people should know about called Dihydroberberine, or DHB. One of the biggest problems with standard Berberine is that it has really poor oral bioavailability. Your body just doesn't absorb most of it, which is why you need these high doses of 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams per day. And those high doses often cause significant GI side effects like diarrhea, cramping, and bloating. Dihydroberberine has up to 5 times the bioavailability of standard Berberine, which means you can take a much lower dose, usually 100 to 300 milligrams per day, and get similar metabolic benefits with fewer side effects.
That's a meaningful improvement in terms of tolerability. But even with better absorption, dihydroberberine still produces modest weight loss results compared to GLP-1 medications. The bioavailability advantage helps, but it doesn't close the gap in terms of the actual weight loss outcome.
So let's bring this all together. The honest answer to Berberine versus GLP-1 is that they're not really competing with each other. They do different things at different magnitudes. If you need significant, clinically meaningful weight loss, a GLP-1 medication like Semaglutide or Tirzepatide is the evidence-based answer. If you're looking for metabolic health support, blood sugar management, or a supplement to complement a broader wellness plan, Berberine or Dihydroberberine may be a legitimate option to discuss with your provider.
And the really smart play might be to use both as part of a comprehensive approach under clinical guidance. That's one of the things I appreciate about TelehealthFX. They actually offer both GLP-1 medications and Berberine on their platform, so you can work with a licensed provider who evaluates your situation and helps you decide whether you need one, the other, or both. No hidden membership fees, transparent pricing, 24-hour provider review, and one-on-one onboarding support. Plus NAD therapy and Sermorelin if you want a comprehensive wellness program. Visit TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com.
And I want to mention one safety point. Berberine can interact with a lot of prescription medications because it inhibits certain liver enzymes called CYP3A4. So if you're taking any other medications, especially blood sugar medications, blood pressure medications, or blood thinners, do not start Berberine without talking to a healthcare provider first. Combining Berberine with GLP-1 medications or other blood sugar drugs without guidance could cause dangerous blood sugar drops.
That is so important. Just because something is natural and available over the counter doesn't mean it can't cause problems. Always talk to your provider before adding any supplement to your routine.
All right, so here's the takeaway. Stop thinking about Berberine versus GLP-1 as an either-or debate. Think about what's right for your specific goals, your health profile, and your budget. And the best way to figure that out is with a clinical team that knows both options. Visit TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com. They'll help you explore Semaglutide, Tirzepatide, Berberine, and other treatments through a fully licensed program with transparent pricing, no hidden fees, and real clinical support.
And as always, everything we discuss on TelehealthFX Talk is for educational purposes only. This is not medical advice. Please consult with your healthcare provider before starting any supplement or medication, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking other medications. Individual results vary.
Thanks for listening. If you know someone who's been wondering about Berberine versus GLP-1, send them this episode. We'll see you next time on TelehealthFX Talk.